Hello guys, Analik here, and today we are going to be discussing the ever over talked about timeline issue for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, I personally think that it could be in the either Fallen Hero timeline or the Child timeline. Child timeline has a lot going for it because there's a lot of references to Twilight Princess, but the Fallen timeline makes a lot of sense because, it's after like catastrophe. But then I got to thinking, what if it's a combined timeline maybe? Like all of the timelines combined into one? But then I also thought if we combine all of them, because there's all elements of all the timelines, etc. But what if it's like a branch off Twilight Princess? So Twilight Princess, like, go a couple years, right? Then like the timeline would have branched off. Maybe like at one point of the games, for example, in the Child timeline, let's call it the Fallen Child timeline, for example, because I think it would be in the Child timeline, but I also think it would be in the Hero timeline, the Fallen Hero timeline. So maybe it's like a timeline that branches off of the Child timeline. Maybe I'm just, cuckoo or whatever. Cuckoo? What is cuckoo? Cuckoo. It's crazy and cuckoo mixed together. But you know what I mean? It's just, I think that it's actually would be a good idea to think about that. I mean, there's a lot of things to do with the Child timeline, but it also is like it's after a catastrophe, which would probably indicate it being the Fallen timeline. And then there's like all this evidence stacking up saying there's a lot. So I was wondering if either they just started over, maybe they just completely erased all the things they did in the in like all the timelines, but I doubt Nintendo would do that. But comment down below what you think of my theory and what would you add to it. And now let me go. Peace. Love you guys. Merp. Yeah. Bye.